Welcome to Food Certifications in 15 with PJR FSI. Find out more or receive a free quote at pjrfsi.com.
And welcome to Food Certifications in 15 from Perry Johnson Registrars, Food Safety Incorporated. Just call us PJR FSI. I'm Joel Verkey. I'm a project manager here, and we are joined today by Rachel Winter, our fabulous organic program manager. Hello, Rachel.
Hey, Joel.
How are you?
Doing great.
How's the great state? I'm good. How's the great state of Ohio?
Ooh, sunny today.
Oh, good. All right, Rachel graduated from the Ohio State, with a degree in food science and technology and a research distinction, which, by the way, is not easy to get. She has a background including 6 years in research and development, and she was actually on the other end of this and worked for companies and was on the auditee end of the organic scenario for quite a while. So you've been through the audits on the other side, and then years ago got into this end of it and started helping certify people to the National Organic Program. So Rachel is on with us today, and just so you know, the food certifications in 15, it really is. This is 15 minutes or less. That's it. We keep this short and sweet, get you the information you need so you can get on with your day. Rachel, the organic certification process really is unique when you compare it to some of the other quality standards out there. Maybe, if you're looking at GFSI like SQF or BRC or even your basic GMP, it just kind of has a different format. So we run into a lot of manufacturers, you and I, both large and small, some very small, that are looking into organic certification. Some of them even have HACCP plans, maybe a GMP plan, but that organic certification process is a little different, sometimes a lot different than some of the other standards. Like, kind of walk us through the organic certification cycle, I guess, for lack of a better word.
Yeah, Joel. So most of the time in the food safety industry, we're looking at prepping all your documentation at your facility, and then we bring in an auditor and review all that documentation during your audit. And then you get your non-compliances at the inspection from your inspector, and then you fix those and you get your certificate. But organic is so much different, unfortunately. And this brings a lot of surprise to our clients. But I personally feel like it's a better aid to having more success in the organic for organic certification. So initially, after you fill out your application, you start working on your organic system plan. An organic system plan gives us as certifiers the full scope of what you are doing for organic regulations. And that from there, then we do an initial review of all your documentation, all your labels, all your materials. And from there, once we review and approve that information, then we send out your inspector. So there's
sorry to cut you off there. And that is one of the, I kind of wanted to jump in there because that is really one of the unique points of the organic certification process. If you're going through most other types of quality audits, like let's just say you're just doing a GMP, right?
Yeah.
It's all really about the day or inspection, whatever.
Yes.
Some people like to call it audit. I think the organic program likes to call it inspection, but that's when we physically come to the facility, right? So if you're doing like a GMP certification, good manufacturing practices, it's all about the day that the inspector is there on site. Organic is so different than that. See, what Rachel was just talking about there is putting together and getting approved that organic system plan. So like 75 to 80% of the organic certification process happens before we even send our inspector out.
Yep, 100% exactly, Joel. And that's so different than what clients are used to. And then at the inspection, we're verifying everything that you provided initially in that initial organic system plan review. So yeah, it's definitely different, but I think it provides some better barriers to have better success at your inspection versus like a food safety audit.
Sure. So Rachel, my role in all of this obviously is onboarding the clients and getting them ready and, seeing if this is really something they want to do. After that is taken care of and someone has decided to go with PJRFSI for the organic certification, I hand you over to Rachel. So Rachel sees a lot of the things that I don't see. One of the things that I'm always curious about, Rachel, is what are the biggest non-compliances that you see when people are putting that organic system plan together?
Yeah, the most common non-compliance we see is record keeping. And that could be associated with a traceability and mass balance audit. And for food safety gurus out there, I like to compare the traceability to a recall audit, where a traceability is one step back to your supplier and tracing it one step forward to your customer. And then we also do a mass balance, which is another documentation record keeping that your mass balance is actually tracing the quantity of product received to the quantity of product shipped out. So during your production facility, let's say you're receiving at about 100 pounds of flour, organic flour, then that gets consumed into your brownie, into your organic brownie, and then shipped out, and approximately 50 brownies get shipped out. So we're doing a double check with your quantities to make sure that you're not overproducing in the amount of organic materials that are going in and out. So with that being said, those are the two most common record keeping non-compliances that we have. And to go into a little bit more detail there, we would see non-compliances when somebody doesn't keep the bill of lading upon receiving. So they might not have the bill of lading, which could show that they can't trace their product back to with that BOL, because it might have a lot code, it might have a shipping address, things like that. Yeah. And then the mass balance, the same kind of thing. They might not show how much product they're actually shipping out to their customer. So that's another pretty common thing that we've seen.
And this is great stuff to know, because I'm trying to get in the head, because I would say 50% of the companies that we work with at Organic Certification, right? So sometimes they're smaller companies, 1, 2, maybe 3 employees, right around that range. And they're selling a lot of product. They're selling a lot of product. They're doing well. They're in major retailers. They just want to go organic, right? For whatever reason. And those 1, 2, 3 person outfits, sometimes they've done a decent job of record keeping, like anybody would, just not to the level that the National Organic Program wants to. And that's why we're providing these podcasts, because this stuff really can be helpful for you to start looking into. And of course, Rachel, another one thing I wanted to point them to, and I'm going to kind of put you on the spot here because I didn't talk about this, is just some great reference points. I know obviously you can go to our website, pjrfsi.com. That's Perry. I wish I knew the military ones here, but I don't. It's PJR, Perry Johnson Registrars. PJR, F like Frank, S like Sam, I like Indigo. Perry Johnson Registrars, Food Safety Inc. Go to our website. We've got a whole section on organic, but there's also the USDA's websites, and you can go on there, and the actual entire standard is there for you to look at.
Yeah, and just to piggyback on more additional references that we provide for clients. So in your organic system plan, as we talked earlier, there's some questions that prompt you to share what traceability or potential record keeping mass balance documentation that you keep. So that's your first little warning. Hey, what kind of documentation am I keeping to try to have a successful mass balance and traceability? But also, once we're done completing that organic system plan, I send you a preparing for your inspection, which highlights it has a full checklist of everything that you need to prep. Hey, do I have my supplier certificates? Do I have this? Do I have that? And then at the bottom here, we have a traceability and mass balance section describing what you're going to experience at your inspection. What is a traceability? What is a mass balance? And some record examples that are included there too, to try to get you thinking about what you're going to be experiencing at your inspection.
So we really, and this, I'm glad you mentioned that, because it's true. We really do help people understand what they have coming, what's going to be expected, and what they really need to get prepared for, which helps you put together that timeline and helps you really say, okay, this is when I think I can do this. So Rachel, thank you so much for your time today. I appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, it was good talking with you, Joel.
You too. Rachel Winter is the program manager for our organic certifications here at PJR FSI. We would love to help you. If you're ever interested or you know somebody that is, have them reach out. We'd love to talk. My name is Joel Verkey. You can find me at our website as well. And this is Food Certifications in 15. We'll see you next time.